Hello and welcome. I am the Gaming Trucker, and this is more Satisfactory. Back here once again. I hope you guys are having a great day, because I am. And this is a glorious, glorious day in Satisfactory. Looks like the sun is just now coming up. So perfect time to start recording. So I let the game run just a little bit between episodes to get some resources built up. How are we doing here? We'll collect a little bit more rods, a few more plates. We'll come over here and collect a few more wires. We're up to we're over 400, and I think the max stack size on these is 500. Let's put the iron copper ingots in there, and I don't think we have any. Yeah, we have some on us here. Pick up another stack of ingots for over here. Bada bing, bada boom. There we are. So we have plenty of resources on us to get this milestone. That's where we left off last time, lining up this milestone for production. I've already collected the resources, which is 200 limestone, concrete, 100 iron plates, 100 iron rods, and that's it. Bada boom. Bing.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures.
I know that's not in the right order, but that's okay.
To build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
That is true. Very, very, very true. Thank you, Ada. So I did interrupt her a little bit there. I don't like doing that. I've heard it before, but it's always good to hear these things again, just in case you missed something the first time. Okay, so let's get... Can we select the next milestone? Obstacle clearing. That's the next one we want to do, okay? Well, it went ahead and put us... Okay. Put the resources in that we need for that next milestone, and it's letting us know that in another minute the pod will be back, so we can put the resources in and launch the next one. Unfortunately for that one, we are going to need 500 screws. Oh my goodness. 500 screws. Well, if we handcraft them, we're crafting 4 at a time. Yeah, 500 screws. This is going to take a while. We're not going to do that. That is so silly. What we are going to do, though, is like we discussed at the end of last episode. Here it is. There it is. We don't need to watch that again. Or do we? No. Do we? No. Yeah, we do. Very cool. They added a lot of detail to these little things, and it makes the game just awesome. It really does. Okay, so as I was saying, we need biomass burners. Let's put that on number 9. So, because we don't have enough power to even power what we already have. So, this here power pole is all filled up. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. What I need to do is... our power lines are kind of starting to get a little wonky, so let's dismantle that one, and then we'll run a power line to here. What I'm missing? Concrete? Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal, because thankfully, last episode, we lined up our concrete to come in right over here. Okay, so let's get this going once more. That's not what I'm after. Power line to go from here. Where let's get this biomass burner put in first before we decide where the power lines are going to go. Rotate it around just so we can see where the feeding trough for that thing is. Okay, and just like that, I think. And let's turn this one. The bounding boxes for these things make the alignment just a bit difficult. Because what I'd like to do is spin it and then put it like right here, right? Something like that would be cool. But I can't because it has a square bounding box, meaning it won't allow me to place it like that. But if I put it just outside that other box, maybe. What does that look like if I do that? Okay, get rid of that. That's not too bad. It's not as close together as I would like them. And to be honest, if I didn't turn them so that this was facing me like that, I could fit him in much tighter. But, you know, it's all personal preference. There's no rule saying you have to do it one way or the other. So I'm going to do that, which allows me to put 2 machines per power pole. There we go. Now let's take a look at this one. Okay. It produces 20 megawatts every 9 seconds. Or constant 20 megawatts. And it burns through fuel every 9 seconds. I think that's what it's saying there. This one produces nothing. Because I haven't put any fuel into it yet. We have a little bit on us. There we go. Okay, so it produces 30 megawatts. Consumes fuel every 6 seconds. 20 megawatts, 9 seconds. 30 megawatts, 6 seconds. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this one is much more efficient, fuel efficient. So we want these to have priority. But if we're not worried about trying to make sure our efficiency is at its peak, then what we can do is just turn them all on, connect them all to the same network, and not worry about it. Okay, now, if you open up your inventory, or even if you're on a machine, and you're getting ready to put supplies in, well, we know we have 2 machines here that we want to put biomass into. So, we only have 1 stack of 40. What I'm going to do is right-click on it, and it automatically split that stack in half. So now we can put 20 in that one, over here, and put 20 in that one, and there we go. We split it and put it evenly in those 2. So now, if we look at it, we can even look on the power pole here. We have a maximum capacity of 100 megawatts, where before we only had, what, 40? Yeah, 20 and 20. We only had 40 before. Now we have a potential maximum capacity of 100 megawatts. So we could go over here and turn this back on to produce the cables for us if we hadn't messed things up. Now, I don't know that this is going to be enough to power everything. I'm almost certain it is not. So let me do this like this, and then over to here. Okay, that's connected to that one. Thought I saw something over there. That's connected to that one. All right, that's powering that, and then that's powering those over there. So everything has power again. Right, let's double check over here. Yes, that's sending power over there. Great, everything has power once more. Now, we used up the last of the biomass that we had made and shoved in here. Well, we can make a little bit more with these leaves. But we really need to go out and collect more. So that is related to this obstacle clearing here. So we need to get these screws produced so that we can open up this next milestone. So one more cable. I keep getting that confused with wires and cables and cables and wires. And then the 500 screws. How are you doing? You're not doing horrible, but you're about to run out of copper. There you go. Keep going, please. And I'm going to take that. There you go. That confirmed what I said before. 500 is the max stack size. Then it starts another stack. We're going to split that in half, put 250 in there, and we're going to get those cables crafting now. Run over here, grab some more iron, take that, put that in there. Now, I don't know if you saw that. When you're putting the iron ingots in and you have, there's a stack of 31 and there's a stack of 100, and the relevant items are on top like I showed you before. If you just click on the first one, even though it's completely empty, you're going to put 100 in. Click on the very first one, because maybe at some point for some reason you've got multiple partial stacks in here in your inventory, and they're all going to show up, right? So, but if you click on the very first one, shift clicking puts it in there. I think just clicking, nope, shift click puts it in there, and if you click on the very first one, it'll take your partial stacks first. All right, so that's just an easy way to keep your inventory just a little bit cleaner. Okay, just take these few parts that I've already built. Alright, come over here, grab a few more cables. Nice. Okay, so we unlocked platforms with that last milestone. Now what that's going to do for us is enable us to make nice, clean factories and make it, please bear with me here, more satisfactory. Okay, I'll try not to do that again. Now we use iron more than the copper or the limestone right now. I think we do anyway. And we have 2 iron nodes right here, so we can put another one of these auto miners up right here. But we're not even utilizing the first one anywhere near its capacity. Let's open up our building menu here. Logistics, we had opened up the conveyor lift and the conveyor merger and splitter last episode. So now we really have the ability to utilize the full capacity of this and increase the speed of everything. But how are we looking here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough room for all of this. I meant to get rid of that copper ore that's in my inventory. I really did. Let's turn this off for a minute here. Man, it's gonna be... my inventory is going to be a real mess here for a few minutes. And I'm stopping exactly what I need to keep going, aren't I? Let's get rid of this limestone. Let's get rid of this raw copper ore, and let's input these screws that I've made, right? And we need another cable for that. Okay, good. Good. Now, why did I run over there and collect a bunch of concrete? Well, that's because I want to build these. Oh, it's not in here. Look, we have a lookout tower. Sweet. Foundations. There it is. That's what I meant to look at. Thank you. So, foundations. We have square foundations available and ramps available to us. 3 different sizes. That's the full size, or standard size, I'm guessing. 8 by 4. Okay. It's 8 meters by 8 meters square, and then 4 meters tall. This one's 2 meters tall, and this one is 1 meter tall. And then you have corresponding ramps down here to match each of the different level platforms. Now, what does it matter which one you place down? The 1, the 2, or the 4 meter tall platforms? Little doggo in the background. Hey, doggo! Hiding behind a tree. Okay, doing your business. I'm gonna leave you alone. Where was I? Platform. See, I get so distracted. All right, 6, 6, and 6. That is the resource cost of each of these square foundations, even though this one is half the size of this one, and this one is half the size of this one. They all cost exactly the same amount of resources. 6 concrete each. Now we go down into the ramps. That one takes 5, 4, and 3 concrete for these. So they did adjust the requirements for these, but not these. I'm guessing they just haven't gotten around to it. Remember, Satisfactory is still in early access, so if you want to make a comment about it on the forums or in the suggestions somewhere, somehow, you know, go right ahead. The more requests they get from the players to do a certain thing, the more likely they are to do it, you know? They get 100,000 people saying, hey, would you please correct the recipe amounts on those foundations? They're all exactly the same, even though they're completely different sizes. Maybe they'll do it. You never know. They could. Right, all of this is in the way, and I didn't exactly empty out enough inventory space. What I'm gonna do is put this concrete back. No, I just took more. Put this concrete back. I'm gonna come over here and no, what I'm going to do is go to organization. Okay, I thought I unlocked it. I guess not. I thought I unlocked personal storage boxes to build my own. Evidently not. I'm going to empty my inventory of everything here. And then I'm just going to start collecting all of these buildings. Alright, and it fit. Oops. There we go. That's everything. The resources and the building materials, 100% returns on deconstructing those items. Hey Bob, how you doing? Alright, let's go ahead and let's take this away as well as... Well, if we take that away, it's going to turn that off, but I guess that's okay too. We're not going to worry about that over there quite yet. We're going to start right here, okay? And wrong. Interesting. We have walls as well as the foundations. Now, let's put this one on the 5, this one on the 6, this one on the 7. And let's start with that. Now let's take a look at these. Here's the 4 meter tall. Okay, that doesn't look so tall, does it? You get an idea of how tall it is when you go from, you know, placing it on a flat terrain versus one with a bit of a little dip in it, a little hill. And actually it is quite a bit bigger, isn't it? Let's look at the next one. And then there you can see right there, you can actually see the bottom part of the frame, and then that's the smallest one. You know, it's up to you. If you like floaty platforms, you can build floaty platforms. Or if you like it mostly in, just a little bit sticking out on the bottom, that's all up to your personal preference. Doggo's kind of just staring at me. Is he thinking, I'm starving, he looks like a good meal? Or is he thinking, hey, does he have anything for me to eat? I don't know what he's thinking. He's a doggo. Okay, this is a pretty good spot. The number 2 foundation is a pretty good starting point, because this elevation is pretty good. Now let's turn it a little bit like that. Yeah, I like that. And then let's try to center it right there. There we go. Hey, doggo. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me and licking your lips? I don't like that. Stop it. And we're missing concrete. Okay. Not a big deal, because as you saw, I collected a bunch of concrete earlier and shoved it in my personal storage. No, I put it back over here. That's what I said. Yeah, right? That's what I said? No, it's not. Don't let me get away with that. Right, so we can build it from a distance. We don't have to be right on top of each other. And what we're going to do is we are going to pave the world, encroaching others' clearance. Oh man, the other storage box is just barely in the way. So as you can see, you can start placing these down rather quickly. And there you go. Now we have a nice flat area to be building these things on, and it looks super cool. Yeah, I think it does anyway. So those were all number 2 medium-sized foundations. And as you can see, there's the top support beam, there's the bottom beam. It fits in really nicely. I didn't need to go with the tallest one. You know, I just didn't need to. You can, you know, you can snap the tallest one in if you want to. There's just no need to, right? Yeah. Now we need to put back our production miner. There it is. Bada bing, bada boom. And then after that, what we actually need is not the smelter, not yet. What we actually need now is the, if I would open the correct menu, splitter. Okay, let's take a look at the splitter. We haven't looked at that yet. So we have the orange input, and we have 1, 2, and 3 outputs. So we're going to line that up with the miner. We can hold control, and it'll line up automatically. But we need to rotate it. Sorry, I heard something really freaky. And I think I see something nice and juicy up there. I think those are goodies that we really, really want. I don't get distracted. What are you talking about? Okay, so we're going to move it back here. Is that lined up? I can't really tell. Yes. And I think that'll work. Let's place it. Get the conveyor belt from there. And no, it does not like that placement. So let's pick that back up. Oh, my goodness gracious. Splitter. Give it a little more room. I don't want to, but I will. I don't know why I had a problem. I've been able to place it closer before, but whatever. Okay, now we have the option of coming out of here 3 different ways. So if you remember, this outputs 120, and we don't have any smelters on our hotbar anymore. Each of these smelters will consume 30 each. So if we have this here lined up, and then whoops, we put another one there. If we could afford it, we would. Why can't we afford it? We're missing copper wire. Do I have copper wire over here? I sure do. And I can go ahead and pick up a few more things. That. And we're so close to running out of biofuel. It's not cool at all. Where were we? We were putting in more smelters. So that one miner can support 4 smelters. So we're going to go 1 there, and 1 on the other side over here. I'm placing them close together like this because I can. And because I'm working right now in the beginning of the game in such a small work area. I thought we could jump up there. There we are. So now, do you see the problem I'm running into now? Well, I have 4 machines for that one miner, but this splitter only puts out 3 different... It only has 3 outputs. So we're going to have to come back to logistics and put in another splitter right here. And it looks like it automatically turned the right direction, okay? Alright, so if you hold down Control to line it up, you can actually get both directions to line up properly, and then place it in like that. Now, are you going to have completely perfect ratios, meaning the same exact amount coming out of each of these feeds? No. Do you absolutely have to? No. You do not. That machine is only going to take 30. That machine is only going to take 30. That machine is only going to take 30. That leaves 30 left over for that last machine. So we don't have to worry about it. In fact, let's get rid of that because I just remembered we're using Mark 1 belts. And Mark 1 belts only transport 60 resources per minute. So we don't even have the full potential of this miner yet. Not until we unlock the next tier of belts. Alright, so we can only actually run these 2. But that's ready when we unlock the next tier of belt. Okay, so let's go ahead and go like that. Again, we're doing iron ingot. These are ready to produce iron ingots. Now, let me pick this power pole up, because we're going to go over in this direction to the left with more foundation, because we're running out of room on that side. I don't like it being too crowded. And eventually we're going to have both of them over here anyway. I'm referring to both miners, because we're going to have that other miner there. And yeah. So what I'm going to do is, right now we only have these two. Let's open up and grab a merger. We're going to put a merger here, but it needs to be facing like that. No, like that. Right? Right. And we're going to put a little bit closer. So what we're going to have is a belt coming out of there, a belt coming out of there into there, and then a belt coming out of here coming over in this direction. Now what we're doing here is we are going to put the constructors, let's turn them the right direction, and let's put the first one directly in front, I suppose. Nothing wrong with that. So we'll put one there, one there. And let's spin that around. We're going to put one there, but we're missing reinforced iron plates again. Let's grab our belt. We're going to put the belt... Not yet. I prefer to place splitters and the like first. It's a personal preference, not a requirement. Okay? So let's put a splitter here. And then the belt... there, belt there, and belt there, and then we can just pick it up. Since we don't have any loss, I'm not worried about it quite yet. Now we still have the exact same stuff going on. We're just producing plates, iron rods. We're gonna need the screws. That's the whole point of upgrading and straightening all this out. We need all those screws. Reinforced iron plates. That's what we needed. Screws is what we need for that. So we need, what was it, 12 screws for every reinforced iron plate. So at least 24 for 2 of them. So we have over 48 now. That should do us right about there. Oops, reinforced iron plate. Let's get 2 of those going. 1 and 2. Now we can put the other constructor in. Hippity hop. That's on my 8. Ooh, little bit of weirdness going on. Hey, what is your weirdness, really? I hear weird sounds when I'm over here. I don't know what that is. But this one is facing my direction. It doesn't matter. Actually, that's a good thing. I did it, and I didn't even mean to. Because we're going to go out of there and into there for the moment. Right? That's what I said earlier, what we can do. Because these screws require iron rods. Okay, so now we need to get the power up and going before we run out of all the biofuel. So, power line out of there over to here. Let's go ahead and put it right there, because I think it looks cool. And then we need to power these 2, the miner, and these 3 over there. So come out of there, and we're going to come back here, place another power pole. We can do it right there in the middle. It's not going to be in the way of anything except it says it is. So we're going to put it here. connect nothing until we double check our inventory. Look at this. We have all this iron and we have all these iron ingots. I'm glad I didn't just actually, it's on the wrong side. Not that it really matters, but yeah. Okay. So all of these are actually all plumbed up correctly, and these are already configured, so I don't actually want to power them up yet. What I want to do is, okay, that's going to power those 3 over there. I'm going to go like this, and then like this. Can I get it in there? Can I do it? No, I cannot. I'm going to put it right there. Right. Why did I do that? Well, because we have 2 left now, so that's going to power these 2. We'll put 1 there. There's 2 left on that, so that's going to power that one and that one. And we have 1 here to power those 2 and to continue along its way over there. Wire is too long. Darn. There we go. All better. Right, so the first thing I want to wire up are these. There we go. Now they should have power. They just need resources. Right? And this one we can actually feed the iron rods that we've already collected. Okay, so this requires iron ore, which we have. Oops. And here, the iron ore that we have. And let's go ahead and... No, we still have a bunch of iron ingots in our inventory that we need to feed through the system, so we're not going to turn those on quite yet. But here you have it. Screws being produced. It's consuming 10 iron rods per minute and producing 40 screws per minute. Very cool. So we just need another 330 and we're good to go. Okay, so we're not going to stand there and just watch that. But yeah, it makes things look so much better when you use platforms. It's neater, it's more organized, it's easier to see exactly what's going on. Alrighty, so give me a moment, I'll be right back, and we'll figure out exactly how I want to proceed from here. And we'll let those resources now. I managed to collect exactly enough screws, I believe. So let's come over here and throw our screws in. Look at that. Exactly what we needed. And this is for obstacle clearing. Now, while we waited for that...
Biofuel will ensure maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, you are now capable of removing foliage that consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
So there we go. We got a few more inventory spaces now. Very nice. Thank you, R&D. What is this? Iron ore. We need to get rid of that iron ore. Well, I haven't turned these back on yet because I still have not worked through all of the iron ingots in my pocket. Almost, though. We only have 38 left to go. Let's go ahead and collect a few more of these screws, and I'll take those just because I can, and those just because I can. Excuse me. And I don't think I've been keeping this going properly. Oh wow. This is really filled up on the ingots because I have not been keeping that full. That's very silly of me. Right, so we don't really have enough time to start another project. So we got that done, and that was for obstacle clearing, which unlocked the chainsaw, solid biofuel, and inventory slots. 5 inventory slots. Very, very, very nice. Okay, so what is the next thing we want to do here? So in Tier 1, the only thing we have left is field research, which, there we go. There's our personal storage box, plus another 5 inventory slots, object scanners, beacons, and the MAM. Okay, that's going to be another 300 screws. We already have the copper wire and plates, just need more and more screws. But that'll complete Tier 1, as far as I'm aware. I don't think anything pops up when you discover other things. I could be wrong. But other than that, we have part assembly, which unlocks the assembler. You can see by the tooltip down there, it says crafts 2 parts into another part. There comes our pod returning from the atmosphere, the outer atmosphere. Yeah, the assembler, copper sheets, rotors, modular frames, and smart plating. Jump pads, that is going to be one of the very last things I've researched just because I don't use them. The resource sink, I do use that. But not so early in the game, just because well, we need all the resources we have, and the resource sink is for excess resources. And that logistics mark II, which we really do need right now in order to utilize the full potential of that auto miner. I remember, so this one, this belt transports up to 120 resources, whereas the one we're using right now only transports 60 resources per minute. Okay, so in order to use the full potential, we need these belts. And what is that going to take? Well, you know, we have almost everything right now to unlock. No, we don't. No, we really, really don't. Because 50 reinforced iron plates, I definitely want to get a constructor up and running to automatically produce. Well, it's not a constructor, it is the assembler. So we'll need to unlock this first, which requires another 500 screws again. So wait, it's all good. Don't stress. There's no reason to stress out about it. So we'll probably do this one next, even though it's not super important. I say that, but then again, the MAM, I don't know if they've made any changes to what's in it, and to be honest, I completely forget exactly what's in there. So yeah, let's do that one next. Okay, so we've got it up there. We know what we're gonna need. We already have the iron plates. We already have the wire. We just need the screws for it. Right? So we need another 225 screws, basically. What do we have over here already? Now, between... when I was waiting for these to build up, I ran around right quick. And I did collect some more leaves and some more wood by hand, which you've seen me do several times already, so that wasn't anything new. Alright, we are ready to kick off the smelters. Right, push the power button. No power. Okay, we need to put power. There to there and there to there. There we go, that's better. Right, and it is pumping away, making those resources. Now these output 30 parts per minute each, so 2 of those smelters output 60, which is the maximum capacity for... What did I do? I messed up somewhere. Yeah, maximum capacity for this belt. That's right. I turned this off because I didn't have enough biomass. Sorry, I turned this off because I didn't have enough biomass. Let's turn that back on. And there we go. Yeah, this one ran out of biomass, and there was no reason to have both of these going because we weren't consuming anywhere near that amount of power. It was just silly to consume all of that. Now, we unlocked the next tier, which is biofuel, a solid biofuel instead of biomass. We can't afford it because we don't have any biomass, but I went out and collected a bunch, so let's craft that, and then we will craft the solid biofuel, and that takes a lot longer to craft. I'm sad, though, that it doesn't actually say how long it lasts or what the energy value is of, you know, leaves versus wood versus biomass versus solid biofuel. That information, some of us do appreciate having it at hand to know if it's really worth at a particular moment to go through all these extra steps. Okay, so we have 60 there. That's good enough. I want to come over here and craft a chainsaw. Do we need it right this second? Nope. No, we don't. Yeah, I need to be wrapping up the episode here. So, yeah. 100 already. We only need 300 total. This is not running yet. Let's toss the rest of that in there. Now we can turn this on. Not turn on. Now we connect this with power. And this is just going to drill straight through the platform. It's not going to damage the drill head in any way. And there you go. I love these animations. I really do. That goes down. All the spinning, all the debris flying around. And you can see those are the excess pipes. Not excess pipes. Those are the next pipes that's going to go in line to keep this drilling downward, right? That's going to come down and pick up another pipe from the stalks to replace the ones that it uses. See, there it goes. Very, very cool. I think that is very cool, the amount of detail they put into these things. Sparks flying out of the top of the smoke. They could have just had smoke. No, that wasn't enough. They added the sparks coming out too. That's cool. Right? I think so, anyway. Okay, so we collected that. We'll collect a little more screw, and we have enough for that next research, and that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to go ahead and kick off that next... not research. Yeah, it is field research. And here we go.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field.
Thank you, Ada.
To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons.
Cool.
Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
Okay. Good to know. Anything else? No? Are you sure this time? Alright, I think she's done. So yeah, very cool. We just unlocked the ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Where is it? Special? Yes, there it is. Specials but that requires 5 reinforced iron plates. So that's going to be next episode. We plop the MAM down, check it out, see what's what with that. We got quite a bit done. We got that all purdied up, rearranged, and splitters put out, things expanded, a couple of milestones completed. This is the next one we're going to do right here. So select that. And that's what we're going to start on next episode, is getting this milestone completed. And if I can remember the right key, we'll exit that window. And that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to leave any comments down below, as well as any tips, tricks, or suggestions. They're always welcome. Constructive criticism is also always welcome. If you love it, if you hate it, let me know what I can do different. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.